you can be mentored by people who aren't alive.
100%. Because their stories still live. These muses are here. It's important to learn from them. Because you realize they're people just like us. They made mistakes just like us. And they kept going. We can do the same.
You know, they say we die twice. Once when the breath leaves our body, and once when the last person we know says our name.
And he would be shooting baskets in the dark because they hadn't even turned the lights on yet. He'd be there an hour, 2 hours before everybody. Everybody would be at breakfast, and he would show up fully sweated out, like he'd just done 3 hours of work, and before anybody did anything.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion. I play games with the flu. I play games with 102-degree fever, man.
And I made a promise to myself I was going to work that hard every single day. When I do retire, I have no regrets. If I could work that hard every day, what would my career be?
This kid right here, mark my words, it's going to be unbelievable.
There you see Kobe Bryant in the foreground, the man many have dubbed the next Michael Jordan.
He wants it so bad and he's willing to go to the extremes at the age of 34 playing 38 minutes. That's ludicrous. He's cursed as much as I am.
He just want to get to the offensive and go one-on-one. I'm going to make his ass work now.
It was fun to be out there.
This man played with a broken finger and won a championship. To Garnett, back to Kobe.
For the Los Angeles Lakers, a three-peat and a sweep.
Their fourth NBA championship.
The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
Falls down, and he is hurting. But the Lakers beat him at the free throw line.
My family walks in. I had tears in my eyes.
And, they're looking at you and stuff, and I'm like, it's all right. Dad's going to be all right. We'll be fine. As a parent, you got to set the example. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not going to be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm going to step away on my own terms.
We all have shit that we go through. We all have obstacles that were in our way at some point or another. We all had doubt. But we chose. We chose. Using the darker emotions, the anger or resentment or frustration and sadness, using that as a weapon. No matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. I've really learned to put one foot in front of the other, because eventually that storm passes.
Those times when you get up early and you work hard, those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. I didn't know if I could do it. It was my daughter who kind of put things in perspective for me. Gianna, she's now 13, and she was like, well, you always tell us to go for it. We're not on this stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because of 2-a-days or 5-a-days. We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to make us stronger. We were never satisfied, never finished. will never be retired.
That's how you have to be if you want to be a winner. There's just no way around it.
Rest at the end, not in the middle. And I took that to heart. My next dream is to be honored one day for inspiring the next generation of athletes to have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never ever rest in the middle.
Uncommon amongst uncommon people.
A 60-point game. What an exit for number 24. You couldn't have written this.
The Oscar goes to Dear Basketball.
Yesterday was supposed to be a celebratory day, and then we got tragic news about Kobe Bryant, and everything changed in a second. Life is short and it's fragile, and we don't know how many birthdays we have, so celebrate life. And if you haven't told someone you love them, do it now. Do it. Tell people you love them. Call your friends, text your friends, hug them, kiss them.
And when I took it to the Laker game, we just had so much fun because for the first time I was seeing the game through her eyes. And she had such a great time. And as a father, you just...
That's all you want. That's all you can ask for.
Yes.
No one knows how much time we have. That's why we must live in the moment. We must enjoy the moment.
It was her. Like, she was having such a good time, and the players were coming up and saying hi to her. And, you know, Brown was talking about her fadeaway and all, you know.
We must reach and see and spend as much time as we can with our families and friends and the people that we absolutely love.
The most important thing in life is how your career moves and touches those around you and how it carries forward to the next generation. Do you realize that's what makes true greatness?
What up? What up? What up? 824. 824.20. Still sucks for a lot of us, but it's true. Right off the bat, very first couple words says you can inspire people even in death, and I think that's true. I can't see any comments, so I don't know if anybody's saying anything or not, but this is something that's important to me, and I am who I am. I've always been an open book with you guys. Some people love it, some people hate it. You always have to remember to not worry about too much about what people say that's great, and not too much about what people say that's terrible. Everybody has a different version of you in their eyes. Some people love you, some people hate you, and that's okay. The victory's in finding out who you truly are and sharing that with the world. I think that's what's best. But anyway, I thought it was important. This has been important. I've been on this little journey with my whole crew in 2020, and we have a legitimate shot at reaching a goal that was impossible at the time when I said it. It was impossible. Nobody knows what we had went through back then. So the reason when I say it was impossible, I genuinely mean it was impossible. At that time, I was working 70, 80, 90 hours a week. Joe, Philip, 60 hours a week. Everybody else were putting in a tremendous effort to get us to not even 2/3 of the goal that we have now. So it was virtually impossible when I said it. I said it for two reasons. One was because I knew if I said it to you guys who are so important to me and have given me so much that I knew that I would do my best or our best. I thought that when you have a goal or something's important to you and you say it to people you care about, when nobody's watching, when I'm driving to the shows in the dark at 5:30 heading to wherever, when I'm heading to the airport when it's dark outside to fly to Chicago just to buy cards to come back and sell them to you. Those are the moments that make the goal. It's not the moment we hit 10 million that's going to be any big difference. It's going to be those little moments. And I think that's one of the things that I've really admired about Kobe. As y'all know, I wasn't a big Kobe fan during his career, but I became a humongous Kobe fan after the fact. And it was because of these type things that I know that he made a difference in me. But, in 2020, we're going to put the pedal to the metal and we'll probably reach that goal just because it is possible now. Things change. Always remember that. Just because you can't do something today doesn't mean you can't do it down the road. And I think that's important. Don't get down on yourself. When I said it, I didn't think we could get it. And then in 2019, we sold way more than I ever thought and got pretty damn close. And so therefore, we ran it back. And this year, we're on our way. At some point in time, we'll celebrate that. But what was important to me was on Kobe Day that, I've been going back and forth with the people I care about. Do I want to kind of take a step back and just enjoy the ride and let Rookie and Bryant and these guys handle it, and I just go and find something else to do? I like a challenge, and I've kind of battled back with that for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's important for me. The way I'm going to be able to impact some lives is to do what I do. And just because there's certain things in it that I don't necessarily absolutely love doesn't mean that's not what I'm supposed to do. I think we're all supposed to find our God-given ability. For whatever reason, I don't know why, God gave me the ability to fling baseball cards when I was 12, and it's evolved into this, and I don't think I should really fight that. So, the next step is pretty obvious at this point, and that's really to try to not necessarily kick one of the big three in our industry's chair out from under them, but it's time for us to slam our chair down at the table. And it's not going to be the big three, it's going to be the big four. And that's just the next step. And it's hairy, and it's, unfortunately, I know what it's going to take now, and it's a tremendous effort. So that's why I've kind of shied away from it a little bit. But I'm in this Facebook group for card shop owners, and they're always referring to the big three this, the big three that, the big three's prices. And I always put that in my little furnace. And I think, yeah, soon enough, buddy, you're going to be talking about us and what we do. And it's just time. I mean, are we going to be capable of doing it? Man, I really do have no idea whether we're going to be able to force our way onto that island with them. But I do feel like that's what the whole Kobe thing's all about, is like trying to find the best version of yourself. And that's all I'm trying to do, just like anybody else, whether you're a gardener, whether you bake cookies, whether you're a manager of a fucking retail store, whatever it is. If you've got that mentality, you're just trying to find the best version of yourself. And it's been one of the most amazing rides of my life. You guys found me in the dark. 4 years ago, I was in the dark, and with y'all's help, y'all literally pushed me out into the light. Did things that I never thought we'd do. It's one of those things that I'll always be, appreciative for all that. And I think we owe it to all of y'all, man, to not sit back, not just coast, not just chill. Let's stop worrying about what everybody else thinks, and let's get back to work. And either way, like I said, I don't know how it's going to go down. That's the goal moving forward. And really, at the end of the day, I'm not doing it to try to be one of the top dogs or whatever in this industry. I don't really give a shit about that either. It's full of crazy knuckleheads that all think they're the best, and whoever is. But I think the purpose of it is my goal has always been to inspire people. And if I can inspire just one person to have followed our little journey, and then when it's over, realize that, hey man, I can chase the best version of myself down too. It'll be successful, man. So buckle up. It's one of those things that from this point forward, not starting in 2021, we start now, man. It's everybody's version of what's best doesn't mean who sells the most. To me, the best card shop in the country impacts the most lives. So anyway, snooze. That's the bottom line. I hope they make billions of dollars. We're just coming to. My promise to you guys is it's never about the money. It's just not. We're going to start really doing some good things in our community. We're going to do some good things for y'all. We're going to show you guys that the good guys, they can roll. You don't have to just trample all over everybody to get to the top. That's not the deal. And when you get there, you need to reach down and pick somebody up. But that's about it. I hope you liked his video. He in my darkest hours, I would watch his videos, so check them out. Hope you have a great Kobe Day. We will have some sales later today. We appreciate y'all. Holla at your boy. Seriously, thank you for everything. Giddy up, baby. Here we come. Racehorse and all.